Hi guys, welcome back to Cryptopotamus. It's been a long time since my last video that I made regarding the ban in Binance for Singapore users. Today I want to talk about something different, something that's interesting and happening very soon, that it's coming up. And right before I go into those details, let me just talk a little bit about Bitcoin. As you guys know, most of the other coins, they all follow Bitcoin. And when we want to look at which level should we get into or which level we should be taking profit, we have to use the chart. Yeah, so crypto itself, just it's a combination of technical analysis as well as fundamental analysis, but there is also one other aspect that I believe so strongly, as we've seen from Doge, and that is the social community. So that being said, there has to be a mixture of both different analysis that comes together to give you a bigger and clearer picture. So just by looking at this Bitcoin price itself, just in the last hour, it dipped right into this box between 57 and 55. I am personally expecting it to go a little bit lower, perhaps range in this zone for in the next few hours and maybe even tomorrow. So yeah, just probably ranging down here. Hopefully it gets a rebound and we're good to go. Right. And there's many different indicators that we all use. We all use our own preferred indicator, and there's no one right or wrong answer to that. Yeah. So this is the RSI itself. As you can see, Bitcoin made a higher high, but we've recently just formed a lower low. And just by looking at the RSI itself at this point, where it was at around 67,000, and again a new all-time high at 69,000, and the RSI seems to be even lower. And if we do draw a trend line on this, it's a downtrend on the RSI, whereas it's an uptrend on the chart itself. So to me, it's looking like a hidden bearish diversion, which could also explain this drop that just happened. It could go a little bit lower, I would say. RSI is still not yet oversold, so yeah, perhaps we can get into those dips. Yeah, maybe just in a few hours time. Yeah, looks like it's rebounded from this white box zone. And yeah, so yeah, the other factor we always want to look at is the Bitcoin dominance. So what it means is, the higher it is, it means the more emphasis is being placed on Bitcoin itself, and people are shifting money from Bitcoin to altcoins or altcoins to Bitcoin. So if BTCD goes down, it means that most people are shifting money out of Bitcoin into altcoins, and vice versa. If BTCD goes up, means the focus is on Bitcoin. Yeah, so that's another way of roughly how we gauge where the money is moving. There are times where it's been taken out of exchange such that we can't track it. There are also times where it goes up, but Bitcoin price goes down and the other way. So it is just a gauge. There's no true accuracy to this, but yeah. Okay, so let's move on to the interesting part that I want to talk about. A lot of people ask me on whether I should get in crypto or Bitcoin right now, or should we wait a little bit more? Is this the top? Is this just a retracement before the next parabolic run? The truth is, I don't have the answer as well, but we can make use of what we know and what we can use. So this is the news that I want to talk to you guys about. 30th to 1st of December, there's a conference in Miami talking about finance and NFTs. So it is happening in Miami. the emphasis is on DeFi, gaming coins, and NFTs. So let's just slowly scroll down here and take a look at what the event is about. So there are 4 stages. This kind of looks like, music festival where there are different stages. Yeah, right. And even there's even a metaverse dome on the day itself. So you see, this is by Epic Prime and Sandbox. Now, talking about Epic Prime, let's just take a look at the price of Epic Coin and see its movement. Yeah, so you can see from just yesterday, it's made a move up. It's almost like a 2 times gain just from yesterday. And yeah, all these things, they kind of make sense. And they're what I would call fundamental. Sandbox, I think you guys already know how much Sandbox have pumped, as well as Decentraland. Yeah. Even when Bitcoin price is going down and all these things just keeps going up. Yeah, you guys gotta know when to take profit as well, right? You can't just and don't buy into them like blindly. Don't ape into them. Make sure you do your own homework and your own research. Right, let's move on. Largest NFT and DeFi conference. It's an expo hall with many different stages, 2 levels. And let's take a look at the participating companies. So we have Cosmos, Polygon, Serum. Now most of these, they belong to DeFi, NFT, and gaming coins. So that's where the focus of the conference is. Although we do have like Polygon, it's a layer 2. We have Serum, which is with Solana. It's a DEX. And yeah, Near, Bancor, Sandbox, Cadena recently had a huge pump. Akela as well. Speaking of Akela, I saw this not long ago. And I think, yeah, it won its first Polkadot parachain auction. At the point of time, there were a few that were, like top 3, top 4. Akela was always at the top, followed by Moon River and Parallel Finance. So it's no surprise that it's the first to win. Yeah. So if you guys want to, know what you want to invest in or which coin should I buy and all this, do take a look down here. You can roughly have a sense of, which coins are probably gonna start pumping, start moving. You can see Gala Games here. Let's go find Gala Games. Yeah, it is just from last night. Let me change it to, yeah, just look at that movement. Well, before this and prior to this, I drew a wedge that it was going to break out. It didn't happen. It kind of failed, went back, retest, still followed within the range, and it finally pumped yesterday. Yeah, so there's a few points of support that I see right here through the 4 hourly. It's probably one between 165, 0.165. It's probably another one that is trying to find a support. Yeah, I'll probably say around 20, 0.2. And let's see if this continues moving. It will probably retrace a little bit. And yeah, let's see if it makes such a movement before it goes up again. Yeah, so everything that you're asking, it's all down here. Also, do go ahead and look for DeFi NFT gaming coins. So how you want to be doing this, it's let's just go to CoinMarketCap and type top 100 gaming coins. And most of the coins will be listed down here, followed by the highest market cap towards the lowest one. That's a lot of coins down here, and they're all under gaming. Infinity, Soul. These are the ones that I'll probably be looking at. Yeah, Gala is down here as well. It's made a big pump. VRA, Veracity, something that I like. UOS as well. Big, Alice. Sen and Mana have pumped greatly, and I think there is still room for ENJ to grow. Yeah. Yeah, so just slowly take a look down this list. Go and find certain DeFi coins like Serum, right? Let's go take a look at Serum. Oh man. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, I always like to look out for a lot of different trading patterns, and one that I saw right here was a little cup, and the handle was built down here, and bam, it goes up. Right, so hopefully it's a cup down here, handle forming, and we might see another push to the upwards. Most likely this is going to be following Solana, because Serum is a DEX, and there's a lot of lockup staking within Serum itself, so it's not very volatile, and a lot of the lockup coins that gets released eventually and usually gets sold. That's why we see, like, in a case of what happened recently, it went up to 13 and then it just fell because people were all just taking profits within this zone. Yeah, but it's coming down to find its support, which I drew out to be my little white box down here between, I don't know, you can say 5 to 5.5. It barely kind of touched the box, but who knows? It's currently ranging here. It might happen tomorrow. It might start to take a small little range within this zone, and eventually breaks underneath and holds, and who knows? It might come back up here. Yeah. So all these have to be aligned with, for me, that's what I feel towards this date and this event that's happening. And when the time comes, a lot of all these other DeFi coins like Sushi, like SNX. Let's see. Yeah, like Sushi, SNX, Aave, Compound. These coins are probably due to pump, and yeah. Yeah, so let's try to chart I don't know, a simple trend line. This is by the daily. Zoom out over here. It's not so good because this is on a macro scale. What we want to do is find the support levels with that we can enter from. Now, as I said before, everybody uses their own indicators to find where is a good support zone, which level they should be buying into. Yeah, so let me just try. I think anything within this box, it's viable. Or if you want to take a risk and go underneath from here, 750 onwards, it could be possible to. But eventually, I think this is due for a breakout. Yeah, so these are just examples of what you could be looking at. Probably try to learn a little bit on charting to find where's a good point or a good price to enter, as well as when is a good time to take profits. Yeah, so that's more or less what I want to share with you guys. The upcoming event is important, it's crucial. Do take note, don't let it slide. Most importantly, trade safe and stay safe. Ciao.